Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the celebrating 85 years of Marvel, the 85th anniversary. Here we have the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine. I got my figure from ToySnowman.com. Link in the video description below. It's my referral code, so it'll give you a 5% off coupon code when you first create a brand new account. So first-time users, you'll get a 5% off coupon code in your Frost Rewards. So ToySnowman.com, they are based in Canada, and they have been getting some things earlier. So another thing that I also just recently got with them is Superior Spider-Man. This figure right here is in stock right now. Unfortunately, the Wolverine figure is currently sold out. But the Superior Spider-Man is actually in stock right now, so go ahead and get in there, and then you could still pre-order a couple of different figures, like Odin is still available, Hulkbuster is still available on there. But here we have the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine, and I'm excited for this because we get an all-new body for Wolverine. He's got the inverted ab crunch and the diaphragm cut, so really cool. We get 2 heads, we get extra sets of hands, so we have 4 sets of hands total, right? 1, 2, 3. 3 sets of hands total, excuse me. So I'm very excited this. We get the new style packaging and everything here. We see Marvel celebrating 85 years there. We get up at the logo at the top celebrating 85 years. Artwork of Wolverine on the side looking really good. We get artwork there on the back. There's no more bios, which is okay. But there we go. So let's go ahead and get Wolverine out of the package and take a closer look. Okay, so here is the Wolverine figure out of the package, and yes, it is a very good Wolverine. Probably the best that we've gotten, but if I'm being honest, I think it may have been hyped up a little too much just because of the inverted ab crunch and the diaphragm cut. It is fairly limited on this figure. Does the figure look awesome? 100% absolutely. Can the figure get in some cool poses? Sure. I'm not the best to showcase that, but yes, it could. Does he come with some cool accessories? Yes. Extra hands and 2 heads. So yes, it has all of the good things. All of the good things. But again, I think I hyped myself up a little too much thinking, man, that diaphragm cut is going to get this crazy range of motion, and he kind of doesn't. Now, I don't want to, again, sound too negative at all, because it's such a good figure. It is the best Wolverine figure, like, by far, right? Of course. But again, I hyped myself up a little too much. I think my expectations were a little too high. Shame on me. But very, very good figure. So let's go ahead and get in for a closer look at the Astonishing Wolverine. Okay, so here we start off with Wolverine, the unmasked Logan head sculpt. And there, it looks pretty good. He's got the crazy ass sideburns there, his hair kind of going off to the sides. There, a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow in his chin portion there, and the face print looks really good. There, just kind of stoic face, right? Just kind of straight face there. But looks really good. Came out quite nice. Can't complain whatsoever. Fits on there quite nicely. But I like always having the masked head sculpts and everything like that. So here we have the cowl head sculpt on there, and that looks really good. You can see the 5 o'clock shadow in there. Came out looking really nice. And one cool thing that they did with this that we didn't get on previous Wolverine figures is that yellow and the black part of the cowl. Those are 2 separate pieces, so we don't have to worry about color looking bad anywhere. Because it is 2 separate pieces. Now, I don't know if mine just didn't quite get glued in the right spot. It should push forward a little bit there so you don't have any gaps. But those are separate pieces on there, and that's why it ends up looking so much better that way. So 2 different plastics on there. Looks pretty good. That little yellow strip that is painted, however, you can see it's not a perfect match, but does not look bad in any way. Now, getting to the rest of the figure, some good things going on here. We get a newly sculpted body throughout the figure, which is amazing. Like new boots, new feet. I'd have to double check the feet, but I'm pretty sure the feet are new. You can tell the legs are completely new because we get the sculpted line work on the suit and everything like that. We got the folds and everything, the new updated torso. The arms are new as well, and then like the gloves are new, as you can see the sculpted portions on there. The hands, I believe, are all new as well. Nice gloves on there with some nice folds and stuff and wrinkles in the gloves, which are pretty cool there. We get arm hair, which is not that big of a deal, but for me it is, because a lot of times Hasbro would be like, oh, Wolverine has hairy arms. We're going to sculpt hair on there and make it look weird because we're not going to paint it. Or they paint it and it looks just okay. But here, lots of hair in there, and there's a little bit of sculpt, and I guess for the hair. But we get the arm hair on there. So that is kind of nice. He's got some big ass arms too. I feel like his arms might be a little too big and his head maybe a little too small. But they are all new arms. They are not the same pinless like arms that we gotten before with like the training suit. They are new arms. So that is really cool. But this Wolverine, again, looks very good. The yellow stripes there over the shoulder, those are painted in. It doesn't look terrible. We do get a little bit of sloppiness in some areas. That's going to vary from figure to figure. But otherwise, doesn't really look too bad. As you can see there. That all looks pretty good. He's got the belt on there with the red and silver painted onto the black. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Paint-wise, doesn't look like it's any real issues. The only big problem right there, just a little bit of sloppiness. But the rest of the figure, I don't really see any issues or anything like that. One thing on his right shoulder, a little bit there is some blue paint rub in some areas. I'm not sure exactly where that came from. Oh, and then here, I guess that's a little bit like the blue just kind of missed a mark there. That's a little unfortunate. Not really an issue on this side, so you can see it was just really that side there that was having that problem. But there we go with Wolverine. So now let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories, which I almost passed up. I was about to go into the articulation. He has the fist with the claws popped. These are the newer style claws. These are like the movie ones, right? So the same ones that came with like I think Logan first had them, or the movie Wolverine figures. Those look pretty good. We also get a pair of fists with the claws not popped out, as you can see there. So regular fists, claws, popped fists, and then we get these other two hands. So right hand, just completely open hand, and his left is a finger pointing hand. There, those look pretty good. And then again, it was the two head sculpts. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Wolverine's articulation. Okay, so Wolverine's articulation, the head is on a dumbbell joint, so getting him to look up is a little bit of a challenge. He can only really look up that much there, unfortunately. Looking down is not really so much an issue. You can look down, full rotation in there, and you can get some really good pivot going on. The shoulder, you can get the shoulder to go straight on out like so. You get to do full rotation in there. The shoulder pad is kind of keyed in, so it'll move with the arm, no problem. There is a butterfly joint in there, so you can get the arm to go back pretty significantly. Coming forward, though, yes, there is a little bit of cut into the front, but in terms of cross body, I'm going to be honest with you, you're not going to get a huge amount, but you do get some, as you can see there, and I think that might be where some of that paint rub is going to happen, because I have a little tiny bit on that left shoulder as well. You got an upper bicep swivel in there. It looks like, and I just noticed this now, they got some, that arm hair was sculpted on the inner part of his bicep there, or is this the tricep? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below. So a lot of hair on the outside. We did not get any hair on the inside, but it's definitely sculpted in there. But anyway, upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed pinless elbow gives you that much bend at the elbow, which is nice. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge, standard horizontal hinge on all of the hands that he comes with. But then here we go with the inverted ab crunch and the diaphragm. I'm trying to get him to tilt to either side. So tilting to Wolverine's left. I tilted him. As you can see, that's not a whole lot of tilt. And that's like the diaphragm cut. That's what's good. It could do a good tilt. There's his right tilt. It's not a lot. It's there, but it's just really not a lot, and it's unfortunate. And then the diaphragm itself doesn't really move back a whole lot completely on its own. It does move forward a little bit on its own, but we have that inverted ab. So you want to go all the way back, you can go all the way back. You want to come all the way forward, you can come all the way forward. You mix it in with the hips, you get him to crunch down pretty darn far. You get a swivel at that diaphragm cut as well, which kind of gives it a little bit more of a natural turn as opposed to the waist swivel. So we do have that, but again, the diaphragm cut in and of itself does not give us a huge amount of range. So that's just a little bit disappointing. That's what my concern was. No drop down hips or anything, but you can see he can do the full splits anyway. There he can kick forward that far there. He leg doesn't really go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there, double jointed pinless knee, so you can get that much bend there at the knee, which is quite nice. You have no boot swivel in there. I thought there was a boot swivel because the boot goes over the leg, so I figured it's a separate piece. Why not do a swivel? So no swivel on the boot. Foot hinges down. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, pegals at the bottom of the feet. Let me see if it's just stuck. No, definitely no swivel in there. I guess it's, you know, the boot is a separate piece, but it's a tight fit, so I guess it would be too difficult to get it to swivel. But, you know, that's there. Again, is it a terrible Wolverine figure? Hell no. Is it a super tremendous Wolverine figure? Yeah, kind of. It's just a little bit lacking when it comes to the diaphragm joint. I just figured it would have a little bit more range of motion, but, you know, it is what it is. And still, very good Wolverine. Okay, and back from the Chad Build-A-Figure wave, we had a couple of other Astonishing X-Men figures. We got the Astonishing X-Men Cyclops and the Astonishing X-Men Emma Frost. So here now we have Cyclops, Wolverine, and Emma Frost. And they all look really good with their matching, like, you know, line work and their suits and everything like that. So definitely a nice touch. All these figures getting their own unique sculpting and everything like that. And they really came out really nice, and it's cool to see all three of them together. Okay, and so compared to some fairly recent Wolverine figures, we have the X-Men 97 Wolverine and the training suit blue and gold Wolverine there. We did get some as part of the 50th anniversary for Wolverine, but nothing like really stand out. Like we had the patch version, we had like the ninja version, and then we had the cowboy version, and then we had the brood version. So, you know, no straight up Wolverine figures, except for this one now. Here we have that, so that is quite nice. Now, another comparison, and this one's kind of Astonishing X-Men. Very similar. Not a very good figure, I would say. This was part of the Jubilee Build-A-Figure wave, that wave that was exclusive to Toys R Us. And way back when, you could see the quality of figures that we had back then was just not very good at all. Like, kind of bad. As you can see there, it's just, hey, this one had a diaphragm cut too. How about that? But not, you know, just oof. So, yeah, we've come a long, long way. So one crazy thing that I've seen some comments and stuff make, like, oh, the Astonishing Wolverine, couldn't that work for a movie figure? I'm like, nah, I don't see it. Like, I get that there's some similarities to the suit, but nah, it doesn't work. But because people like to see this sort of thing, let's check out a head swap to see if the Hugh Jackman head even fits on this body. Even if it does, I think it's going to look weird. I don't really know, but let's go ahead and see. I guess it's not terrible. The head is a little bit small. The arms are just so big that oops, he just face planted. The arms are so big that it just doesn't quite look right. It fits on there, and I guess at certain angles it could kind of work. We haven't seen any Deadpool movie figures. I think there's a reason for that, just because that's what Marvel and Disney have wanted, to, you know, not to reveal them. It could be that since the movie was originally planned for November, that there aren't figures close enough ready to be revealed or anything like that. I have no idea. You know, who knows? You know, originally Captain America Brave New World was supposed to release in the July timeframe, but we are getting Deadpool and Wolverine. So when those figures will be revealed, when they'll become available, who knows? Hopefully soon. We will see them. Hopefully soon they will release. Whatever the case may be, we will have an actual Wolverine movie figure. But for now, I guess technically this does kind of work. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look as bad as in my head I thought it would look. It still is not right and doesn't look completely right because the arms are just so large for the head. But it pops on there, and I guess it kind of temporarily works if that's something that you're looking to do. Okay, and then here we have Cyclops, Wolverine, and Emma Frost trying to recreate that image where we see Beast and Kitty Pryde also in there. We don't have those versions. Maybe one day we could see those versions. I think getting that version of Beast would be really cool. Maybe one day Hasbro will get us. Not going to hold my breath, but be cool if we do. Okay, and then swapping around the hands and stuff, you could do some fun poses with Wolverine. So as you can see here, he's like pointing at his enemy. He's ready to go. So all kinds of fun stuff. I'll post some images to Instagram, and then you should be able to find them on marvelousnews.com. But here we go, Wolverine. I'm going to put together another one for you guys to check out. I wish I could take credit for some of these poses and stuff. I'm kind of just stealing them from HasbroPulse.com. So I think Shooting the Galaxy, you know, he already kind of did these. So he can have the hand out and he can kind of have him punching his fist. It's actually kind of difficult to get it to kind of stay where his fist is actually in the palm of his hand. So you just have to kind of do it at an angle to really kind of get it to work. Okay, and then here, just one to kind of close out, kind of Wolverine looking menacing, a little threatening there. A whole lot of fun to be had with this Wolverine figure. I mean, it does pose around quite nice. Yes, there's just not really good tilt in the diaphragm, but other than that, you know, it still gets a good range of motion with the inverted ab and everything like that moving around. So still a lot of fun. Still pretty much the best Wolverine figure that we've gotten by Hasbro by far. Looks amazing. Good paint apps. Minor things here and there. We got arm hair, which is awesome. It's fully pinless. Unique sculpting for the suit and everything like that. So I don't know what more you can ask for other than a diaphragm that can move left, tilt left and right a bit more. Still very good. So you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this Wolverine figure? Does it fit in nicely with your Astonishing X-Men figure so far? Is this the one that you've been waiting for? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to see this articulation scheme in a tiger stripe. Maybe one day, because, you know, we're gonna, hopefully we see lots and lots of Wolverine figures. We see the Weapon of Vengeance is going to be coming out still this year. We have that Fantastic Four 2-pack with Spider-Man. Wolverine coming out. So other Wolverines come, and Dan Yoon has teased another Wolverine figure that has yet to be revealed. Don't know if that's going to be a better one. He just says like overall package and everything that it comes with he really likes. Don't know exactly what that means, but we shall see. You guys let me know down in the comments below, what other Wolverine would you like to see? And just again, what do you think of this Astonishing X-Men Wolverine as part of the Marvel 85 years anniversary? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out ToySnowman.com for all your action figure needs. Remember, Superior Spider-Man is in stock right now.